In today's video, I want to share with you 11 questions you can start asking yourself today to evaluate yourself as a parent. What's up, guys? My name is Justin and welcome back to my channel where we make little changes with huge impacts on our lives. If you are new here, I upload videos with different tips and tricks to help you improve your life, so please consider subscribing. One of the most important influences on your child's development is you, the parent. And if we want to be the best influence on them as possible, we need to start evaluating ourselves and making those little changes that we talk about on this channel all the time. Sometimes it might look like failure to see where we fall short, but that comes with the process of self-growth. So the idea behind this video kind of came up when my wife and I were sitting around talking and the movie Click popped into my head. It's an Adam Sandler movie, and basically what happens is the character in the movie decides to fast forward through certain situations in his life, and then eventually comes to a time when his family wants nothing to do with him. He missed out on all the important things in his children's lives, and that got me thinking, am I doing what I need to be the best influence on my children? Am I doing what I need to do to be involved in every aspect of their life? Am I missing out on important events in their lives because I'm too busy dealing with things in my own life? In order to make sure that you are present in every aspect of your child's lives, here are 11 questions you need to start asking yourself every day. Ask yourself these questions when you wake up in the morning. Ask yourself these questions throughout the day. And ask yourself these questions right before you go to bed. When you put more focus on these questions throughout your day, you will make sure that you are answering these questions with the best answer possible. So the first question I want you to start asking yourself is, did you spend enough time one-on-one with each of your children? And this is a very important question to ask yourself, especially if you have multiple children like I do. I have 3 kids, so it is very important that I give each of them their time that they need with me. It is easy to get caught up in your daily life of waking up, getting the kids ready, getting the kids fed, making sure they go to school, making sure they come home, and making sure they go to bed. But there's a lot more to being a parent, and getting that one-on-one time with each child is very special to them. Question number 2 you need to start asking yourself is, when you get that one-on-one time, were you really engaged or were you distracted? So when you have this one-on-one time with your children, make sure you are taking full advantage of it. Stay off your phone. Don't answer texts, calls, emails, social media, any of that stuff. Give your child the attention they deserve. Question number 3, did you hug your child today? And did you say I love you to your child today? I try to make an effort to tell my children I love them and give them hugs as much as possible. When I see them, when I say goodbye to them, when they go to bed, I try to let them know that I'm there for them and that I love them. And I hope that in return, they will show me the same type of emotions as well. Question number 4 you should be asking yourself daily, did you compliment your children or did you criticize them? I think that this is a great question to ask because this has a lot to do with the development of your child's self-esteem. If they constantly feel like they are doing something wrong, they will never feel like they're living up to your standards. So when they do something good, let them know they did something good. And when they do something bad or wrong, let them know how they can improve it. Question number 5 you should be asking yourself, and this one has to do with dealing with situations with your children. Did you handle the situation in a calm and firm way? Or were you mean and harsh when trying to discipline them? This one is huge for me as well. I mean, a lot of these are gonna be, I'm gonna say that and repeat that probably throughout this video, but a lot of these questions that I am sharing with you right now are questions I ask myself every day, and that is why I'm gonna say that they are very important to me. And this one is huge for me because there are times when I am doing things and like recording videos or working out or something that holds high priority to me, I tend to kind of push my kids to the side, and when they come to me with something, I tend to snap on them, and I always want them to know that when I do snap, I'm not doing it intentionally. And whenever I do yell at my kids or I discipline them in a mean way that I don't like, I will always go to my kids and I will apologize for me reacting that way. There are better ways to handle situations, and sometimes my emotions get the best of me, my anger flares up, and I take that out on my kids. And I always want them to know that whenever they mess up, it's okay to go to the person and apologize. And I go to my kids and I will always ask for their forgiveness if I messed up in a situation. Number 6, did you have a meal with your child today? This one for me, another one, is a huge one. I do not get that much time with my children. I do not sit down and eat with them every day. When they're eating breakfast in the morning, I'm usually in the gym working out. And when they're eating dinner, the table only fits them. So my wife and I usually sit at the counter and eat together. So this one is one that I definitely need to start working on, because I believe this is huge because it builds the family bond. It allows you to sit down and talk with each other and just go over each other's day and share wins that you had throughout the day. And this is something that I am definitely going to start asking myself every day and trying to commit to daily. Question number 7, did you help with their schoolwork? I have 3 kids, all of different age, 1 7, 1 5, and 1 3. They're all at different learning stages, and spending time with each of them and helping them with their schoolworks is definitely a great bonding moment for parents. And when you are spending this time with your children, it is a great time for you to practice patience. Your children are not going to learn and develop as quickly as you want them to. So when you're working on them with math problems or spelling or doing their letters, you have to understand that this is brand new to them. If you get frustrated with them, don't take it out on them. Take a deep breath, step away if you need to, but use this time to bond and really get to know your children. Get to know what they're working on, get to know what they're good at, what they struggle with, and use this time to help them develop in those specific areas they struggle with. Question number 8 that I believe you should be asking yourself every day is, did you tuck your child in at night? Bedtime for me and my kids is one of my favorite times of the day. My wife probably hates it because I get the kids all riled up, but my kids love when I put them to bed, and if I do forget, they will definitely remind me and make sure I come into their room, tell them goodnight, give my youngest high five and pound its, and my oldest son high five and pound its. I have to make sure that they go to bed with their high five and pound its, or they will make sure I know about it. I look forward to putting my kids to bed, and with my job, I do travel for work pretty frequently, so I do miss out on that. So when I am home and with my kids, I take full advantage of putting them to bed. To me, tucking my kids into bed is a great time to remind them that I love them, and it is also a great time to apologize for any mistakes that I made throughout the day. If I took my anger out in a wrong way, or got mad at them for something that I shouldn't have, that is a great time for me to remind them that I'm sorry and ask them to forgive me for my actions. Question number 9, did you read together? Reading with our children is usually part of our bedtime routine. Either my wife is reading to the kids, or I'm reading to the kids, or our oldest son is reading to the kids. This goes back to the doing schoolwork with them, in my opinion. It kind of lets you know where your child is developing and how you can help them get to where they need to be. It's always fun and exciting to see the new words that my son can read, the words that my daughter's starting to pick up on, and the letters that my youngest is starting to recognize. And without reading with them, I wouldn't know any of this. Question number 10 you should be asking yourself daily is, did you listen to your children or did you lecture them? A lot of times when my children come to me, rather than listening to what they have to say, I tend to get caught up in the idea of lecturing them to fix their problem rather than listening to what they have to say. I was listening to a podcast by Simon Sinek that basically talks about leaders are the last to talk. And it really got me thinking about the way I respond to my children. Rather than jumping right in with a solution to their problem, let them talk, get their frustration, get out whatever they want to talk about, then help them with it. Start by asking questions to get them thinking about the solution to their problem before you jump in and try to solve it right away. And don't get caught up in lecturing your children. Your children don't need somebody to lecture them. They need somebody to listen and help them. And question number 11 you should be asking yourself every day is, did you monitor your child's TV and computer time? For us, computer is not an issue because we do not have one available for our children. We don't even let our children play games on our smartphone because we don't want them to get stuck in that mentality. TV, I would say I don't think our children have that big of an issue because we do monitor it. We tend to only let them watch a little bit in the morning and a little bit before bed, but other than that, we try to get them up and moving and playing, using their imagination, doing dress up, being superheroes, playing Legos. We really want them to use their mind, be creative, and get up and be active. Sitting around watching TV is not productive in any way, and it will develop very bad habits for your children. When your child is sitting around watching TV, give them a time limit on how much they can spend in front of the TV. For us, we usually say, one more show, then we're gonna do this. Or one more show, then we're gonna play this game. One more show, then we're gonna get ready for bed. We tend to not let it pile up on hour upon hour, but maybe 1 or 2 shows, 15-20 minutes of TV time really isn't that bad. And by monitoring it, you will know whether or not it is an issue for your children. There are 11 questions that I believe every parent should ask themselves every day. And when you are asking yourself these questions, make sure you are making the necessary changes when you need to. You can't improve our life without a consistent self-evaluation. If you don't know where you're falling short and making mistakes in life, how will you fix them? I want you to use this channel as a way to bring focus to areas of your life that you might need fixing, and fix them. And that is gonna wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed it, then please throw me a thumbs up. Comment down below with which question you're gonna start asking yourself every day, if not all of them. If you haven't yet and you are new here, then please hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any of my videos. And as always, let's keep growing.